नित्यानन्देश्वरसमारम्भां नित्यानन्देश्वरिमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. इस समय हमारे साथ उपस्थित सभी दर्शकों भक्तों का मैं प्रेम एवं आशीर्वाद सहित स्वागत करता हूँ. I welcome all the devotees, disciples, Samajis, Satsangis, Srimahans, Mahans, Kotaris, Tanedars, sitting with us all over the world at this time through Nithyananda TV, Sadhana TV, two-way video conferencing, having Nayanadiksha all over the world. Cities sitting with us in two-way video conferencing. New York, Varanasi, Jorpati, Nepal, High Point, North Carolina, Hong Kong, Sirgari, Guadalupe, Rameshwaram, San Diego, Tiruvalavai, Nyaneshwar, Nepal, Scottsdale, Arizona, Hyderabad, Guptakashi, Ohio, Shivananda, Nithyananda Nagara, Tiruvannamalai, Nithyananda Nagara, Biddi, Nithyananda Nagaramu, Hyderabad, Nithyananda University, Los Angeles, Nithyananda University, Paris, Singapore, Singapuram, Toronto, Kailasam, San Jose, Madurai, Charlotte, Srisailam, Penang, Tirupparangundram, UCLA, California, St. Louis, Tirumala, Seattle, Chidambaram, Klang, Malaysia, Tiruvanmiyur, Chennai, Pidadishwari's Training Center, Salem, Dubai, Vaidyanatham. So many more cities are joining. Winston, Salem, North Carolina, Brampton, Canada, Halifax, Canada. I welcome all of you with my love and respects. Oh, some more cities are joining. Hong Kong, Sirgari, Hyderabad, Guptakashi, Scottsdale, Arizona, San Diego, Tiruvalavai, New York, Varanasi, Jorpati, Nepal, High Point, North Carolina, Vishweshwarananda, New York, and London, Kashi. I welcome all of you with my love and blessings. Today I'll expand on Living Advaitha. The Inner Awakening participants are going through last 2 days an intense process of the initiation into Living Advaitha. Understand? Of course, today we are going to continue. I have seen whenever I initiate people into this Living Advaitha process, even after spending continuous 12 hours into the process, they are fresh, alive, energetic. How many of you, when you went back to the bed yesterday, you are not tired? After spending 12 hours in the process, do you know you can't sit more than 10 minutes in front of one channel, which is spending crores to get your attention? Within 10 minutes, Damal. Your remote control, tatak, over. After spending 12 hours in the process, fresh, alive, I tell you, that is the power of Advaita. I wanted you to know the deeper truths about Advaita. Life starts when you decide to cause others reality. Because The real you, please listen, the real you is everyone around you included. But what you cognize as you is your deep-rooted pain patterns and incompletions. Please understand, how much ever you constantly try to decorate, perfume, scent, garland, you are trying to do all this to the pain you of you, incompletion you of you. But the more you are going to remember the incompletion you of you and identify you as the incompletion you of you and identify you as the incompletion you of you and cognize the incompletion you of you, what are you doing? You are trying to perfume the drainage, trying to perfume sewage tank. So the first shift is required, first action is required, not in your doing, but in your cognition. See, that is why I tell you very important truth. Please understand these few important truths, catch it, so that I will bring you to the conclusion. First truth, what you remember as you is pain part of you only you remember as you. You cognize yourself only your incompletions as you. But the actual you is all the people around you put together. Third, because what you cognize as you is only the deep-rooted pain patterns and incompletions of you, how much ever you try to perfume it, scent it, even put Kasi Chandan on it and garland it, do whatever. But the moment you open, what comes out? You put a silk cloth. See, we saw in the Manikarnika Ghat how they brought the dead bodies with that shining clothes. Jigga clothes. And amazing garlands. If you don't open and see, you may even suspect they are bringing some temple deity. Am I right? If you see from distance and you don't know its dead body, you may think it's a temple deity. The way that jigga shining clothes all around and the garlands, perfume, scent, that is exactly what we are doing. What you perceive as you go on trying to do makeup to that. That will never bring completion and powerfulness with you. Shift your energy to what is you. Shift your energy to what is you. Listen. The real you is all the people with whom your life is involved, all the lives who are involved with you. All this put together is you. When you shift, when the cognitive shift happens, all of them are you, you are them. Suddenly your joy, your pain, your life, your goal, your purpose, your right, your wrong, your dharma, your adharma, everything gets rewritten. That rewriting is what I call rewriting your future. You rewrite your future full of powerfulness. Understand one thing. Some parts of what you call as your life, you may be resisting. Some parts of what you call as your life, you may be accepting. But be very clear, whether you resist or accept, no powerlessness. Do not allow powerlessness. No question of powerlessness. Always being powerful is my religion. Understand? Love, compassion, all that will start happening in you from the right context. Love, compassion, non-violence by itself cannot become a religion. Love, compassion, non-violence from the right context only can become a religion. I have seen people who escape from life try to show compassion, non-violence, just because they feel powerless to face the conflicts. They feel completely powerless to face the conflicts. Please listen. When you feel powerless to face the conflicts, life again and again brings that same mirror and shows to you. Understand, which part of your face you don't like or attached too much, you will see only that part in the mirror again and again. How many of you understand what I am saying? Which part of you, either you are too attached or don't like, you will see only that part again and again when you look at the mirror. So anything which you don't like, resist, makes you powerless. Same way, anything with which you are attached again makes you powerless because of the innate fears attachment brings. If you are attached to some parts of you, you will be afraid the size, shape, color, dimension may change in course of aging or accident, through some reason. So whatever you are attached or you don't like, you will see your eyes will be only always on that part when you look at the mirror. Your life is a mirror. Please understand, your life is a mirror. If you allow anything to make you powerless, if you allow anything to make you powerless, that will be constantly shown to you as the mirror. If you feel powerless to handle your spouse and the family and run away to some other lifestyle, sometimes divorce, sometimes sannyas, whatever lifestyle you opt or choose, by feeling powerless, I guarantee you, you will see 10 people exactly like your spouse. You will be forced to work with those people. You will see, if you run away from an employer, from a boss, 25 bosses exactly like them. You will be forced to work under them and report to all of them. Understand, it is not mirror's mistake. You are all the time seeing the nose which you don't like. It is your mistake. You have given too much attention to it. When somebody else sees their face in the mirror, they don't see the nose all the time. Because you don't like your nose, you see as if your whole face is just appendix of your nose. You won't feel like your face as nose, you will feel like your nose as face. Because you don't like something, you resist something. All the time you are on it. Same way if you like something and afraid of losing it, all the time you will be there on it. Sometimes people like that they are fair. In India, this fair complexion is the unfair complexion. The most unfair complexion with which India is suffering is this fair complexion. This foolish, stupid idea came down from British that white is associated with intelligence, beauty. Poor fellows. No, really, I am telling you, how many hundreds of thousands of marriages are either not made or breaks. Just this fair idea, the root pattern with which whole India is suffering is this fair skin. Marriages are made or not made, laws or breaks just by this one skin color. When you are too attached to your skin color, the moment you see the mirror, you will be only on your skin color because you are afraid of losing it. Do you know that in the whole world, India is the largest market for this stupid fairness cream? Only in India, all this stupidity get fair in 4 weeks. All this stupidity is sold. I can make you fair in 4 minutes. Just apply ash, that's all. All over the body. Why 4 weeks? Take the ash and not just on the forehead, apply on the whole body. And you are fair, that's all. No, this stupid color complexion. See, at least in the West, people are clear. If you are white, white. If you are black, black. Over. But only the India suffers with black trying to become white. No other country suffers with that stupidity. No, really, I am telling you. See, I am not saying in other countries that discrimination is not there. The white is white, black is black. There is a lot of discrimination, fight. All that is acceptable, all that is there. I don't want to say acceptable, all that is there. But only in India you will find a unique stupidity, the peak of stupidity, the white is the black trying to become white. Not just one day, 2 days, throughout the life. Throughout the life. One of my devotees is in this field, this makeup artist and all that. I still remember some of my ashramites, for me to appear in some satsang and TV shows, they approached her saying that, can you make Swamiji a little more fair? Do some jatu, do some magic and make Swamiji look a little fair. In front of camera, he looks a little dark. She laughed and said, Swamiji's skin is the best skin color I have ever seen. When I heard this conversation, I started laughing. I tell you, the completion and powerfulness you carry about what you are makes you graceful. I tell you, that sets the fashion trend. Fashion trend is not walking on the ramp. It is walking with the grace. I am telling you, anything either you are too attached to resist will always be seen by you in the mirror. Same way in your life, anything you are too attached, too resisting, will always be reminded by your life. But I have a good news for you. The too attached or too resisting can be completed. I have best news for you. It can be done today. It is not that difficult. All you need to do is the logic which convinces you about your powerlessness, the inevitability of your powerlessness. You need to see, when you build the logic which strongly makes you believe the inevitability of your powerlessness. Any one day I will have to lose my color of the skin, or one day I have to lose my health. One day I think all my wealth will be lost. I think I am not qualified to have so much of wealth. One day it will be taken away. I think I am not qualified to have my freedom. One day it may be taken away. I think I am not qualified to have this. One day it may go away. I think this person is too good for my life, so he may not be part of my life. When you have this kind of a strong belief on your inevitable powerlessness, see, you build a logic which makes you believe your powerlessness is inevitable. That is where the crime starts. Understand? Just poke holes in those arguments that your powerlessness is inevitable. I tell you, you are free. Now you will be liberated. Liberation is nothing but poking holes in the arguments that your powerlessness is inevitable. Listen. The cosmic court is fairer than the country's court. Even in the country's court, without doubt, somebody has to prove you have committed the crime. Even if there is sufficient doubt, benefit of doubt has to be given to you, you cannot be punished. Same way in the cosmic court. Even if you poke holes in the logic you built, the inevitability of your powerlessness, please understand, the logic which makes you believe your powerlessness is inevitable is Maya, delusion, Yama iti Maya, which is not there but which goes on making you feel powerless, is Maya. Your strong belief, cognition about the inevitability of your powerlessness, if you know just to poke holes in that argument, that's all, it will collapse, because your inner space does not that easily believe, accept you are powerless. See, by your nature you remember your powerfulness. That is why constantly in your inner space you feel you are going to live forever. Even though some of the religions teach you that you have only one life, when you take the decisions, your basic cognition is as if you are going to exist forever. I tell you, your basic cognition is right. You are going to exist forever. Like your food and pharmaceutical industries have collaborated. You are served by the food industry which doesn't care about your health. Your health is attended by the health industry which doesn't care about your food. Or both of them have a very cunning strategic collaboration. Maybe it is an unholy nexus between the health industry and food industry. How the unholy nexus of health industry and food industry cause your whole life. Please understand, your whole life. Same way, the unholy nexus of your powerlessness and your resistance. When you resist, it makes you powerless. When you become powerless, you resist more. The unholy nexus of powerlessness and resistance. If you resist something in your life, it makes you powerless just by remembrance. How Arunachala can put you in powerfulness just by remembrance. Smaranat Arunachalam. By remembrance you are put in powerfulness. There are some things in your life, because of your resistance, just by remembrance it puts you in powerlessness. Because it puts you in powerlessness, you resist more. When you resist more, it puts you in more powerlessness. There are some things just by remembrance liberates you. There are some things just by remembrance puts you in bondage. The good news is the process you are going through. Through this you can clearly identify what puts you in powerlessness just by remembrance. Your Maya, what makes you powerless just by remembrance, even if it is not there. Your Maya, you will diagnose it just by going through this process. Second, the great news, you can complete it today. Understand, completion is decision to get rid of the pattern and not to entertain it again consciously. That's all is completion. Understand? Your conscious decision to get rid of this pattern, complete with it, and not to entertain it consciously again. And you don't even need to worry about if it repeats unconsciously, because your life is made up of consciousness from the moment you are initiated. From the moment you start internalizing, your life is made up of consciousness. I am redefining. I am defining and redefining and refining the definition of completion. Completion is your decision to get rid of that pattern and never to let that overpower you consciously. For example, tiredness pattern. You take the decision, I am completing with it and dropping, and you take the decision consciously, I am not going to allow it to overpower me. After 2 days, without remembering the decision you took, if you just feel tired and fall asleep, don't worry when you wake up. Maximum only once or twice that pattern can play this kind of game. The moment consciousness is brought in as a player, no one else can be hero on the stage. The space from which you operate, if that is powerfulness, anything thrown at you, you know how to use it. Suddenly your enemy will feel so powerless, because anything you throw at him, he is using it. I tell you, I wanted to tell you very clearly, with integrity, it is not my power. It is the simple decision I made. I will always be powerful. No powerlessness inside. This is the very important secret. Just catch it. Whatever may come, but I will not allow powerlessness inside me. I will not allow powerlessness inside me. When you don't allow powerlessness inside you, anything happens from outside, even if it is earthquake, it only awakens your kundalini. Understand? Whether it is emotional quack or earthquake, it only awakens your kundalini. Not for any pride or arrogance, I can tell you with a simple, clear, objective way, neutral way, with integrity I can tell you, there is no other Hindu guru who has gone through so much of scrutiny, public scrutiny and defamation than me. The amount of public scrutiny I went through and the defamation I went through, the lies loaded on me, and the way I survived. If you think I am a miracle, the secret of miracle is this, catch it. Never allow powerlessness inside you. That's all. If you want to know the secret of me, I am revealing it to you and giving it to you as a gift. Take it. Never allow powerlessness inside you. I tell you, from the context of powerfulness, everything you do will be with so much of love and compassion. Yesterday's session, I was sharing with the participants of IA, Inner Awakening, the true compassion, when you identify it, the first thing happens to you is, you will be so empowered. You will feel so sure about you. When you decide to cause others reality, only then you will understand what you are. Till then, what you think as you is only the deep pain patterns and incompletions of you. It may look very paradoxical. Life is as it is. Just because your ignorant logic cannot capture it, Your ignorant logic tries to capture the life always as a straight line. But the truth of life is paradoxical. What you call as paradoxical. The first paradox. When you try to cause others reality, you will even realize what you are. You will understand the different spare parts and organs of you, their functions, their qualities, capabilities, abilities, much better when you decide to cause others reality. I tell you, during the period of study, means the first 18 years, in those days, first 21 years was study period. Now I can say average 18 years or 21 years. The first 21 years of your study period, in Vedic tradition we call it Brahmacharya. I tell you, this abusive, anti-Hindu media was propagating. I am forcing the kids to be in the state of Brahmacharya, like a regimental training in that first 21 years. These fools doesn't understand. Even to have a better married life, that first 21 years of Brahmacharya is most essential. I am not making them sannyasis. Krama Brahmacharya, the first 21 years, not being abused or physically losing yourself with a very temperamental, temporary emotional ups and downs and powerlessness. In the West they call it puppy love. Puppy love or dummy love, whatever. You see, psychologically not prepared to take the responsibility, emotionally not ready to handle the relationship, but using or misusing your own and other person's body will lead to a very strong pain patterns related to sex, which will destroy your married life. That is why our rishis, till the person psychologically grows, emotionally gets matured, wanted the body to be not to be used or misused. That is why these first 21 years of Brahmacharya, Krama Brahmacharya, with vows of not touching the other person and all that. Listen, how much ever we may try to put it under the carpet, not talk about it. Let us be very honest. Listen, how many of you are still suffering from the patterns related to use and misuse and abuse of your body before the age of 21? Raise your hand. Who is responsible for all this? The paid media? Propaganda against the Hindu Gurukul system. I am not giving sannyas. I have not given sannyas to all my Gurukul kids. But that Brahmacharya, as per the Vedic tradition, will be useful whether they take sannyas or get married. till they emotionally become mature to make decisions, psychologically capable of handling the other person's intentions, consciously become capable of handling love, lust, sex, good, bad, the baggages comes with it, and the expectations comes with it, the responsibilities comes with it, the commitments comes with it. Till you are clear about all that, not using or misusing or abusing your body and the other body is one of the greatest socially good practice our Vedic rishis have created. It is good for the society. The unholy nexus of psychologists and media, like health industry and pharmaceutical industry, the psychology and media, unholy nexus. Constantly the movies showing the puppy love is something to be explored and celebrated. Stupidity. I don't want to get into it too much now, but I wanted to tell you all the powerlessness related to your body, your love. See, a person who gets wounded psychologically before the age of 21 due to the immature patterns of considering infatuation as love, loses the ability to love forever. Forever your life, your love will be corrupted. You don't understand that paradox. First 21 years of brahmacharya makes you a great wife and husband. Great husband. Your ability to give and receive love becomes amazing. Your ability to be matured, grow. Some of the paradoxical things, what you call as paradoxical, is the truth of life. Like brahmacharya trains you to be a great husband. The anti-Hindu media is not ready to believe that. Because their concept is expertise comes by experience. Our concept is preservation comes by perfect knowledge. Our concept is perfection comes by knowledge, the proper knowledge and preservation. If we can make all the parents understand that all the patterns, powerlessness you suffer in the field of love, relationships, trust. All the powerlessness you suffer in the field of love, relationship, powerlessness comes because your body is used or misused or abused before 21. Means before you become emotionally ready to handle life. When you use your own body or others' body, it becomes such strong patterns, you suffer with it for whole life. If you are a father or mother, understand this. Be responsible towards your kids. Let them take Krama Brahmacharya at least till 21 years. What a stupidity in this country, even to drive and vote, we have age limit. Why can't we make the age limit for handling relationships? Is it more cheaper than driving and voting? Understand, your relationships are cheaper than driving. I am not telling, your government is telling. How come we have age limit for driving and voting, but not handling relationships? And how come we have a license process, the exams you need to pass through for driving, and you don't need to be educated at all for handling relationships? Because still we are under the stupid British concepts of love, life. Please understand, we lost the concepts of love, life, lust, relationship, sex, everything from the Vedic tradition 300 years before. Thousand years before, the civilizations invaded us, was teaching killing somebody's husband and marrying that girl as a 14th wife is called love. This is what, O Bharat, you are celebrating as the symbol of love. Please wake up, for God's sake. Get back to, wake up to the truths of life. Brahmacharya for first 21 years may look very suppressive, inhuman, the way the anti-Hindu media projects, inhuman. Then what about the whole life these poor fellows are suffering with those patterns created before the 21 years, and the wounds created because of that wounds, the inability, that they become handicapped, their ability to love is lost, the ability to trust is lost. What about all the sufferings caused by that? Who is responsible for that? As one of the living representatives of the Vedic tradition, I wanted to very strongly remind all of you, the whole humanity, please get back to the original Brahmacharya, Grihastha, Vanaprastha, Sannyasa, Ashrama Dharma, promoted by our great rishis. The ashrama dharma but I know confident that depression, the stark reality of depression of matchbox house apartment system, the small families, the great gift of Western lifestyle to Indian modern day cities, the small families and the apartment system, and not knowing what is going on in the next apartment and who is staying in the next apartment in the name of privacy. Indians have started feeling and seeing the stark reality of the depression it causes. Soon they will have to get back to the original lifestyle of Varna Ashrama. I really wanted to establish communities where this Varna Ashrama dharmas become user-friendly version. The user-friendly version of Varna Ashrama dharma is kept alive. The possibility for graduating different Varanas, ashramas to the next levels. A deep, intelligent insight into your life, into the paradox of patterns, powerfulness, powerlessness. What you resist persists. Life should neither be resisted nor be accepted. Understand? Acceptance makes you lazy. Resistance makes you powerless. Neither resisting nor accepting is the strategy for life. Neither resisting nor accepting is the strategy for life. Realizing the reality of life by this one secret: always be powerful. Always be powerful. That is the essence of today's satsang. When you are powerful, you will go on causing others' reality. You will have the ability to speak into others' listening. The essence of today's satsang: go on causing others' reality. I bless you all. Let you all radiate with integrity, authenticity, responsibility, enriching and causing eternal bliss. Nithyananda. Thank you.
Nithyananda Dhyanapitham, Nithyananda Nagar, off Mysore Road, Bidadi, Bengaluru. Phone 08027279999. www.nithyananda.org. www.youtube.com/Life Bliss Foundation.